Hello, what's up? So right now, gold, as we can see, price have given us a change of character, and we can see there is price have created a lot of liquidity over here. So we can expect price to react from this order block to the downside. So right now on gold, I'm looking for a sell side setup from here. But till then, because we want price to make a change of character over here. Euro, GBP, AUD, USD. Yesterday, when I was in the buy over here, on higher time frame, price sweep this liquidity, rejected from this zone, and then gave us a new structure. So this was a new entry over here. So I'm waiting for price to sweep some kind of liquidity, then we can look for buy side sell setup. Buy side setup. On Euro AVD, we have this buy side setup. We can see price broke the structure to the upside, and we have this inducement over here. Price swept this low and created a new high here. So we can use this as our order block for buy side setup, and another one which is here. And we can see price is still continuing to the upside. Both of them are valid. We just need some kind of reaction. If price reacts from this order block, then we can look for buy side setup. Yesterday I gave this setup on the live on US 30, which was this one. This was simple setup. Price broke the structure to the upside, created this imbalance. Price came, fulfilled this imbalance, and then it went to the upside. And again, this was the second order block which I was waiting for, because then price creates more a train line liquidity over here, and then price swept this liquidity. Hello, how many pairs should one focus on? Uh, at least maximum 2 to 3 pairs. On EJ, I was waiting for price to react from this order block. So this is what I meant when I say that I am waiting for reaction. On 1 minute also we can see there is no reaction from this order block. We want a new leg to start from this order block. But here price directly broke the structure and now it's still continuing to the downside. XRP USDT also yesterday I gave hit or take profit. Today also I'm looking for buy side setup. Price have broke the structure to the upside. Please explain IDM. IDM is just it's called inducement. Inducement means if price, for example, here price was going to the downside, right? And a lot of people are thinking that it should continue to downside. But what actually happened? Price broke the previous structure and again created liquidity. So this is the move which swept out this low. It's basically a liquidity sweep only. So we can say this is inducement. Again, price created liquidity. Again, price swept the liquidity. Again, price created liquidity. Again, price swept the liquidity. Again, price created liquidity. Again, price swept the liquidity. So whenever price is creating liquidity, it's sweeping. So what this is doing, it's creating a momentum to the upside. It's like showing signs that it will continue higher. Here we can see the inducement started from this order block. Okay. This is the order block we can use for our entry to the buy side. So price have broken the structure to the upside. If you haven't liked the stream, please like it. Let's see what DXY is doing. On DXY, you can see price has swept this high, and now there is a lot of liquidity below this structure, like below this wick. But here, price have swept the liquidity from this wick also. So we can consider that now price can continue to the upside. Here, price have created this order block over here. Price tapped this order block, and now it's continuing higher. So we can see price has swept this trend line liquidity. We can expect price to create, if DXY goes to the upside, then all the pairs like USD, JBP, like all the USD pairs will continue to the downside. On GBP USD, on 30 minutes, we can see we have this imbalance, and price fulfill this imbalance and create a new high. So what we have to do is, now we can see there is this order block which swept out the liquidity and fulfill this imbalance. Another order block which is there, which is this one. So we have two order blocks, and both of them order blocks are like, if we refine it, we can refine it till here. And this one, price have swept the liquidity from here, then price retested and again created a new zone over here. If you haven't liked the stream, please like it. Say USD guide. So I'm waiting for price to create a new structure. Okay. This candle have already swept the low. So this candle have already swept this liquidity. And I want price to create new structure. So we can look for buy side entry. Right now, if we refine this order block, we have here order block on 1 minute. If you go to 1 minute, we have this order block. And there is a lot of liquidity below this order block. So price can tap this for the first time. We can look for entry. The target will be the next liquidity. In this case, the next high is our target liquidity. Next high which induced the structure and then it started to go down. Here we can see price induced the structure and broke the structure. So there is a lot of liquidity above this structure. So London session is about to open. Sorry, New York session. Can I have a signal? Yes, I'm waiting for buy side entry over here. I want price to react from this area and continue like it should create a bullish candle over here. Then I look for entry. Essential records. Yes, yes. On XRP also, like is creating a trend line liquidity over here. We want price to create a new sweep so we can look for buy side entry. Right now we have this sort of block. Euro GPY, I think I'm seeing a buying setup. Yeah, it should continue higher. I was also waiting for price to react from that order block, but it actually broke that order block and it continued to the downside. Please like the stream if you haven't liked it. The London session has started. On US 30 price, we can look for a buy side setup on US 30. So this is the candle which swept down this liquidity and reacted from some random order block here. And we also have, let's clear this chart so we can do a fresh analysis. Right now, because this order block is mitigated, it creates more liquidity to the downside. And there is this order block where we can look for a intraday trade. We don't have to put our target at this next order block. We can just look for a continuation trade to the upside. And if you go to 5 minutes, we can see there is this order block which is unmitigated to the downside. Okay, this one. So we can use this as our main entry. But for right now, for today, price have tapped this order block and it's continuing to the upside. So price broke the structure to the upside here or here. And we have this order block. So we need to look for price to create more liquidity. Then we can use this setup for our buy side entry. Entry stop loss below this low. And the next liquidity will be our target. Something like this. And also on gold, because everything here is mitigated, we can say everything here is mitigated. What can happen is price can also, in single candle, it can sweep all this liquidity and then it can continue higher. Please hit the like button.
Do you know what having beer and pizza together does to blood sugar levels? Let's find out. Today I'm having a 330 ml pint of Kingfisher Ultra. These 21 mg, which is great. ही आहे सुरवेशी खाली आणि ही आहे.
We want price to break this structure, then only this structure will be activated. We want price to break this structure, then only we can look for buy side trade. Price is continuing to the upside, but there is no retracement. Please hit the like button. Okay, we have this new setup forming on Euro AUD. This is the setup. The price have tapped this panel. Okay. So on Euro AUD also we can look for buy side setup here. What we can do is we can put stop loss below this order block also, which can give us 1:6. But because there is another order block which is unmitigated, we can use both the order blocks. We can cover both the order blocks for our entry. The first take profit will be at the next high, which is this one. Let's hit the like button. And I think I'm seeing a buy side setup.
with tiles that generate energy when the audience dances on them, as well as 15 energy generating by.
It should create a new leg. Expecting it to equal lows. On which one? Current market area which have gone. Yes, that's why we have to wait for price to create new leg from this area. And these are like this candle took out this candle. That's why I have marked this area. Here also we have to wait for price to go in our direction first, then only we can look for entry. Here, this is our order block. Price should at least break this previous high, and then we can look for setup. Because we don't know till where price can continue to downside. So we want price to break the previous high. Because what happens, price continues to the downside. Here, we can see there is no sign of rejection from this area. Here, price continued, but it did not break the previous section. Like there is not a single bullish engulfing here. Let's see. Here, price created liquidity, and if this breaks, then I'll look for buy side entry here. Okay, let's wait for price to close above the structure. The candle should close above the structure here. Okay, we are getting a reaction from this order block. What price does is it creates, like it reacts from this area and then it sweeps again. So it's actually creating a inducement for sell side. So that's why we want a closure. Here also we have to wait for price to break this area, then only you can look for setup because price have already mitigated this area. So it becomes more like it creates more liquidity upside here. Here price have tapped this order block. So we want to see some kind of structure forming because right now it has created this high, but there is no higher low here on lower time frame. So we want a higher low to form and then it should break the structure. Then only it will be considered as change of factor. But right now there is no structure where we can confirm. On GBP USD, we have this setup where price sweep this liquidity and we have this order block, like this is order flow and this is the order block. So this is refined on lower time frame. Same entry, but I don't think so. Price will tap this order block today. Maybe it can continue tomorrow. So long entry, stop loss below this low, and the next high will be our target. And we are also covering this area which created this imbalance. And if you want to enter, enter with less risk because price have not broken the structure. Like this supply zone has been not broken. Right now, price is creating structure at this area. So we can see this. This is the low which price have created. It will continue higher. On Euro AUD, we like Euro AUD, we can see price is still continuing to the downside only. We are not seeing any sign of bullish moment over here. So because there are multiple order blocks here. This is the order block. Again, this was the order block. Here there is also this order block. So we want price to at least break the previous candle or at least a bullish engulfing. But here price have created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. It's still struggling to go up.
कुछ नहीं होगा बताओ क्या हुआ बेटे हॉस्पिटल में मैं बैठी थी ये सारे ऑफिसर्स आ रहे कौन कौन आया था कौन
Hit the like button if you haven't liked the video. Euro JPY, we have this. Like on 30 minutes, we can see there is this trend line liquidity, and price broke the structure over here, created new structure, created new structure. Here, price induced the previous lows, and then it started to fall, and then it started to fall. But on 5 minutes, you can see there is this order block, and whenever we see some kind of order block which is not mitigated here, so all these candles are mitigated. We have this imbalance. So we have to wait for price to create a change of pattern. Then only we look for buy side setup here. And on gold, if price continues and breaks this previous low and creates more liquidity, then we can look for sell side setup or a continuation setup to the downside. BTC Baldev. Baldev hit the like button. So price reacted from this order block. Okay. On 30 minutes, we can see there was this inducement. Price induced this previous low, broke the structure to the upside. Here. Now we have this imbalance over here. So in future, price can tap this area and it should continue higher. But for right now, price have already swept this liquidity and now broke the structure to the upside. And this came from here. So our another future order block should be somewhere here. So this is the area where we can look for a retest to the upside. Long entry on this tab, stop loss below this low, and it should continue higher. The next highs will be our target, depending on where you exit. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. As I said, I'm expecting price to. So this is the order block which induced. So we can expect a downside move here, but it's still not confirmed that price will continue the downside. But if this breaks, then it will be a good sign that it can continue to downside. But on 30 minutes, we can see there is order block over here. So we can look for a buy side setup here right now, but the probability will be lower here. A lot of time this works also. Like price react from this order block, creating a breaker block setup, and then it continues higher. On lower time frame, we can say this is the order block, and it should, like, it can continue. Sometimes this works also, but for price to go to downside, it should break this area. Please hit the like button. Let's see what euro is doing. Euro AUD. As I said, price is still not giving any sign of bullishness. Let's see if this reacts on this third order block. We want price to create some kind of structure before entering. So here, price have just tapped our order block, and this is not a confirmation. For price to confirm, what we have to look for is, so this is the single candlestick which tapped our order block. Okay. So now this is our trend line liquidity. This is our imbalance, and this is our order block. But we can see whenever price forms a setup, it should slowly tap out of the block. Okay, so that's why we want price to create some kind of structure, then only this will be confirmed. So let's see what price does. Here, this is the single candlestick which tapped out of the block. So we want price to break this candlestick again, and then it should do a lower time frame sweep. So I'll show you on 15 seconds. Okay, so this is the move which created this new low. So we want price to form a strong low on higher time frame, sorry, lower time frame. So how will strong low will be formed? It will sweep this low, and then it will break, creating a new structure. And if this creates a new imbalance, like a strong imbalance, then it's a good sign that we can look for buy side. On XRP USD or USDT also, as I said, we have this reaction, but still price continuing, because this was the candle, like this high swept out this lows. That's why it reacted from this order block, like this high. It's called structure mitigation. On 5 minutes, we can see exactly there was a order block here. Okay, price has swept this previous low. Okay. So I'm looking for entry here. Let's wait for price to close. I'm still waiting for price to close here, but this is just wick. On hold, as I said, price created this strong low, tapped, and again it shoot to the upside, creating a new structure. Now, what can happen is on gold, it have created this trend line liquidity. So price should sweep this liquidity, and then it can continue higher. Or so this is one possibility, and again, this is the high which gave a liquidity sweep over here. Like this is where price started to go down. On this candle, we can see this is the high, and to the left side, we can see this candle which swept the previous low. But this is mitigated here. This is the move. The price started to go down. So that's it for today. Let's see you tomorrow. So right now I'm in this US 30 trade. Let's see how this goes. And I'm looking for a buy side on Euro AUD. But price still like it's not showing any kind of bullishness over here. So let's wait. On Euro JPY. Okay, here also we can see same. Here not even once price induced or like engulfed a previous candle. Here we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again it dropped.